Have you ever wondered why your body does strange things? Things that don't seem useful at all? Like getting goosebumps when you're cold or scared? Or why we sometimes get wisdom teeth that just don't fit in our mouths? Or why you hiccup for no reason? The truth is, you're weird. All of us are. And it's not your fault, it's evolution's. Evolution doesn't aim for perfection. It doesn't design things from scratch. It's more like a messy mechanic, constantly tweaking old parts to make them do new jobs. And sometimes, that leads to some pretty strange results. Let's start with goosebumps. Why do you even get them? Tiny muscles at the base of each hair on your body contract, causing your hairs to stand up. But we barely have body hair anymore, so what's the point? Well, your ancestors, long before modern humans, had way more body hair. When they were cold, goosebumps fluffed up that hair to trap warmth, just like how a cat puffs up when it's cold. And when they were scared, the same response made them look bigger, maybe scaring off predators. Now, you get goosebumps while watching horror movies. So yeah, you're a mostly hairless primate still running an ancient piloerection reflex that once helped your ancestors survive. Today, it's mostly just a weird reaction to emotional music or a cold breeze. But wait, we're just getting started. How about wisdom teeth? Those extra molars way at the back of your mouth that for many of us just don't fit. They get impacted, infected, and often have to be removed. So why do we have them? Well, again, blame your ancestors. Early humans had bigger jaws and ate a rougher diet. Raw plants, roots, meat without tools. Their teeth wore down more, and their large jaws made room for a third set of molars. But as we evolved tools and cooking, our diet got softer, our jaws got smaller. But evolution didn't get the memo. The genes for wisdom teeth are still here, even if our mouths aren't big enough to handle them. It's like trying to install a third row of seats in a sports car. There's just no room. And speaking of your face, let's talk about something even stranger. The human pharynx, or throat. It handles both breathing and eating. Sounds convenient, right? It's not. It's a choking hazard. No other mammal chokes as easily as humans. The reason? Speech. As we evolved the ability to talk, our larynx moved lower in the throat. That gave us a longer vocal tract, which made a wider range of sounds possible. But it also brought the food and air pathways dangerously close together. That's why choking is one of the leading causes of accidental death. We literally risk death for better communication. Evolution's not smart, it's just effective. As long as more people live to reproduce, the trait sticks around, even if a few choke along the way. Now let's take a detour to something a little more primal. Ever had a sudden urge to jump at a loud noise or that split-second terror when you miss a step? That's your startle reflex, and it's ancient. That full-body jolt is your nervous system going fight, flight, or freeze in a millisecond. It comes from a time when sudden sounds meant predators. In today's world, it makes you look ridiculous when someone drops a spoon. But it worked well enough for your ancestors to escape danger and pass on their genes, so we're stuck with it. Then there's the really weird one. Hiccups. No one likes them. They're useless. But they may be leftovers from a time before we even had lungs. Some researchers believe hiccups are a reflex from our amphibian ancestors, creatures like tadpoles that used to breathe through gills. The rhythmic spasm of the diaphragm and the quick closure of the glottis might have helped control water flow over the gills. So every time you hiccup, you're acting out a fossilized behavior from hundreds of millions of years ago. Your body is, in a very real way, haunted by its evolutionary past. And the weirdness doesn't stop there. Have you ever wondered why we blink so often, even when our eyes aren't dry? Or why we can't make our own vitamin C, like most animals? Or why our appendix exists at all? Every one of those has an evolutionary story behind it. Some of them clear, some still mysterious. The appendix, for example, might have once helped digest cellulose in plants. Now it's just sort of there. Useless in many people. Dangerous in others. but not dangerous enough for evolution to bother deleting it. You, my friend, are a walking museum. Frankenstein's monster of ancient adaptations, recycled parts, and evolutionary workarounds. And that's what makes you weird, but also kind of incredible. Because through all this messy history, through gills and fur and flinches and chokes, you're still here. Still evolving, still surviving. Remember to subscribe and like. See you later.